Hey, hi, how are ya? My name is Sarah, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is Creative Detours with Sarah, and it's also the 250th birthday of the United States. Happy birthday! It is the home of the free, no. What is it? What are we? The land of the free and home of the brave. That is true. You know what's also free? Creativity. We have the freedom to be as creative as we want, and that's what we're doing today. We are taking patterns that I've made before in the normal color scheme, the expected color scheme, and we're going to take this yarn and remake them. So why would I do this? Why not? So we're going to jump right in. Are you ready? There are a few that I've never shared, but then there are two in this episode that I shared in last week's video. It just happened that way, okay? So if you haven't seen last week's video, then this is all new to you. But if you're cool and you've seen all the videos, sorry, you're going to get a little repeat, but that's okay. The first pattern I remade is this pattern. This is a shark, and this is from Teresa's Crochet Shop. This shark is a fixture on my shelf. I love sharks because did you know, fun fact, that Camaros are the sharks of the road? What are you saying? Why are you bringing up Camaros? They're not part of this episode. They're not patriotic. Why? They're not red, white, and blue. Oh, really? I know it's backwards, but really? Really? What colors do you see? Yeah, red, white, and blue. What colors do you see? Yeah, so I can talk about Camaros, okay? I can. Look, this is the real me. I talk about Camaros all the time in real life, and I'm going to talk about it here too. I'm sorry. And to the Mustang people out there, I don't know what to say to you. Come to the good side. Where were we? Oh my goodness. All the detours, guys. So I used a 6.5mm hook. We've got gray. This is all plush. This big twist plush, which is discontinued. The gray and the white. A little bit of embroidery. This is the perfect summer pattern though because of Shark Week, beaches, summer. Okay, so the real reason we're here, I turned this into a red, white, and bloom shark. It's fun. It's great. It's a little bit whaley, but that's on me, not the pattern. It's fine. It's an aquatic animal. Still screams summer. So we got that red, white, and bloom. We've got, this is not plush. It's not the big twist plush. This is Bernat blanket. And then 6.5mm hook. And then we embroidered the eyes. I believe the eyes on this one, they look like they're a 12. That one comes with a couple other sharks. And I have not done them yet. Okay, moving on. A pattern we saw last week, the Pink Day. We crocheted Wacky Holidays last week, and this was the pattern that represented Pink Day. This is the little googly-eyed monster. It's a free tutorial on YouTube. It's by Loops and Knots Crochet, and this is the demi pearl pink cashmere, and this is the big twist plush pink. Googly eyes I got from my junk drawer in my kitchen, no joke. But I later found out they are at Walmart or Amazon, wherever you want to get your googly eyes. But they do have them at Walmart in the party section, like party favors. Really fun. And then used Posh white and black to do the mouth. Let's turn it 4th of July in the red, white, and bloom. Look at that. How fun. What I love about working with variegated yarns is you never know how the colors are going to land. And I love how this one landed because the majority of him in the front is just blue, a couple blues and white, and then that little red patch on the foot. But then you turn it around and he's got splashes of red. I just love that. I love working with any kind of variegated yarn because you just never know what you're going to get. Super fun pattern, super quick. I had a market a couple days ago and I'll be doing a recap very soon. And I will tell you, I had a few monsters in there and I can't wait to tell you how they did. So be on the lookout for that. The next pattern is a free pattern and you saw it last week too. Not to give it away, but it was national, or is going to be National Bomb Pop Day. And here it is. It's a little keychain. Again, free on Instagram. Super quick. It's by Morning Glory Homespun. Poppy in the Parfait Chunky, white, and then cornflower. Toffee for the popsicle stick. The little keychain I got on Amazon. Super fun. Gotta love those color changes. We're going to talk about my ability for color changes here in a minute. We are moving right along. Right along. I hesitate. I don't know which one to show you. I'm equally excited to show you the next two patterns. We're done with the red, white, and blue yarn, by the way. Now I just went pure red, white, and blue yarn, accessories. I think I'm going to show you the brand new pattern to me. This one is fun. It was, when I saw this pattern, I thought, that's different. That'll be perfect. It's a firecracker. Isn't that adorable? She goes like this on her video. It's fun. It was intense. It was a lot of sewing, but not bad sewing. Remember how we had the conversation about the giraffe? How it was no sew, but I literally just said no way and turned it into a low sew because low sew sometimes, most of the time, is just easier than a no sew. This was a lot of sewing, but nothing crazy. And the more sewing I do, the more comfortable I get. I guess that's with everything. This pattern is by Rainbow Toys. Rainbow Toys Patterns on Etsy. And it's called the Patriotic Firecracker, rightfully so. This is where I want to talk about my color changes because on hers, it's like perfect straight lines. And mine, you can see they kind of look like a crooked stripe, which is fine for this. Like no one's complaining, right? And if you are, again, rude. But I know there's a technique to have those nice straight lines. I just haven't sat down and learned it yet. I haven't had to. I will get there. Okay, I'll get there. I'll get there. I really will. But that's fun. I could see this sitting on like a shelf or something. I think it's just fun. It's different. Let's talk about the yarn I used. It's Parfait Chunky, 4.5 millimeter hook. Again, the cornflower, the poppy, the white. We've got tangerine, turquoise, proton purple. What was this one? Neon flamingo. This one's discontinued, as well as the neon electric lime. This is the neons line on Parfait Chunky, which is being discontinued. Still available because I had to look up this color, and it's still available, but it's in the 3-packs. You know how they do that at Premier? Summer squash, and we talked about tangerine already. I just thought it was unique and fun. Would I make this again for a market? No. But would I make it if I'm going to a party and felt like they were missing this in their life? Absolutely. It was not hard enough to not do it again. The color changes weren't bad. But yeah, hers looks a lot nicer. I'm not going to lie. Hers looks so nice. The Patriotic Firecracker. Can you see that? Okay. Growing up, my favorite toy was Littlest Pet Shop. I actually have, let me show you. Do you see this? We've got Littlest Pet Shop, okay? I loved the Littlest Pet Shop. And when I saw this pattern, when I see an animal in some kind of enclosure or home or something, or a bed with accessories, I must have it. And I know that's why I was drawn to this pattern, because it was a little animal and a little home, and it was just perfection. So before I show you the patriotic transformation, let's just show you the original. Now, again, this was one of my first deals. So color changes, we saw I'm not even that strong at this point, but I struggled here a little bit. I remember this being Bernat yarn. I couldn't tell you what color it is. Definitely a light tan. We have the red. I'm sure there's another name for it. And it looks like I used Big Twist Posh for the white. It's a little flimsy, but it's still adorable. And then this little guy. This is Big Twist Posh. Look at him. Adorable. And he just lives right here. This is his home. So cute. Now, you'll see whenever I do the other pattern, it's completely different because I've become a stronger crocheter, and I've also used all like Bernat yarn. So, which is crazy because this is Bernat yarn. Don't move. You might fall out, and we don't want that to happen. Which is crazy though, because the one I turned into a patriotic theme, it's also all Bernat, and it looks so much smaller. It looks so much neater, and the mouse is huge. But I get that because Bernat versus Posh, I mean, there's no comparison. Knowing me, I probably used a 4mm hook, 10mm eyes on this guy with a little bit of white embroidery nose. Looking at this is probably a 6. It was so long ago. But let's look at this one. When I was thinking of this episode and this popped into my brain to make it like patriotic in this way, I remember being 6 in the morning and I just started. I'm like, I have got to get this done because I had the vision and I just wanted to see it done. Are you ready for this? I guess I should tell you what the pattern is first. Kiwai Cuttlebug by Julie is the pattern designer on Etsy. It's called the Mouse House. And with this one, and I'm guessing the old one, but this one, I used a 6.5mm hook. Oh, that red is called Race Car Red. I actually have it in my notes. And then the blue that you're going to see is called Royal Blue. Are you ready? It's fun, right? It's creative. But the difference in the houses is cracking me up. Like, look at that. What is happening here? This one is so much more stable. It has the correct shape. This one, not so much. I don't know if I just wasn't counting my rounds or what was going on. It's close. It's close. But you can just tell I've evolved a little as a crocheter, which is nice to see. The mouse, I used Sparkly Bernat. The eyes are definitely 14s. And then that little pink embroidered nose. So, Race Car Red, Royal Blue, and then here we have some sparkly faux leather stars. And all I did was cut them out using my Cricut. You could very much freehand that. You could use those foam stars that you see all over the place. You could use paper. I don't know. You could do your own thing. And then I just hot glued them on. Precious. Precious, precious, precious. So cute. So the next pattern is, we're done with crochet. It's all done. I know, we're sad. So we're going to hop on over to the embroidery machine, see it get created, and we'll meet back here and look at the final product. This stitched out so beautifully that I know I'm going to buy more of her files. It was perfection. And this one was kind of intricate and not one mess up. It turned out way better than I thought. And it's something that I think, I don't know that I would sell it in my Etsy shop, but I would certainly do more of this kind of thing for my markets. I feel like it's unique. It's relatively easy to do as far as, you know, the machine and all of that. And I would love to display this anywhere in my house. I know, I'm so sorry about the glare. But you can see that same material that I used for the stars, that leather, that faux leather, is what I have in here too. So it just gives it a little extra sparkle. But she's cute. This is a 4x4 frame. And you know, it was hard. It was hard for me to just stop here because I wanted to do red, white, and blue pom-poms. But then I said, no, Sarah, don't. This is nice. This is clean. Someone would actually be happy to display this in their home. If you start putting pom-poms and tassels and things, it gets crazy. And sometimes you just want nice and clean. And I think that's exactly that. Let's talk about who this is by. This is on Etsy from Digitizer Shop. She has a couple different kinds of chickens, and I'm definitely going to do more of her files. They were amazing. And for as intricate as this is, it took a long time. I don't know the exact time, maybe 20, 25 minutes, but there was like no problems. It was superb. Sometimes with these files, there's a lot that goes into digitizing an embroidery file. There's like density and how close the colors are, and you can just have a mess on your hands. But this one was just beautiful. She does a great job. So then that gives me confidence to buy from her shop again because this was such a nice file. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and taking a look at these patriotic items that I have for you today. I loved taking some ordinary things with the ordinary color schemes and making them what we wanted them to be. And today we wanted them to be patriotic. And today's desk doodle of the day, radiate kindness. You know, on this channel, we really talk about the importance of creativity. And I've heard it from time and time again. I'm not creative. I could never do what you do. But honestly, let's be a little cheesy, but true. Creating kindness is not that hard to do. Smile at someone, text someone and just let them know you're thinking of them or praying for them. It is infectious. It is noticed. And you and whoever receives it are worth it. Thanks again for hanging out with me, friends. Until next Wednesday, bye-bye.